everybody, welcome. My name is Shauna. I am the creator of the website lovelifegivecare.com. Today I am making a video about seed germination because that's what time of year it is out here in the Pacific Northwest. It is the first week of March. We still have snow on the ground, but I planted seeds 3 weeks ago. If you can hear the doors in the background, my husband is in the kitchen right now making dinner, and that is the reality of my life right now. My daughter is currently bringing me a taste of the guacamole. I have delegated that task to her tonight, and she has asked me to taste it and make sure it's good. So there you have it, folks. That's the reality, and we all need to be a little more authentic on the internet, don't you think? Let's be transparent. All right, well, this is the seed germinating cabinet that I use, and it is currently set up in my kitchen because this is kind of a warm spot of the house. It's going to, you could put it in the garage, I guess, or another bedroom, but I find that if it's indoors where I'm able to check on it more frequently, they just get a little bit more care. So this is just a mural that I did on the front of this so that it doesn't look like a ugly piece of plywood, and I'm not done with it, but that's what that is. And so there's a latch at the top, and whoa, it's so bright. I'm gonna step back and let you see what this looks like from a distance here. There are 4 shelves that can fit 4 trays each. And I have 3 lights on each shelf. And these are specific lights that are for vegetative growth of plants. That's something you'll want to make sure you get the right spectrum of light in the shop lights that you buy. But let's take a look and see. It is currently, oh gosh, what is it? It's almost the end of February, but I started these seeds probably maybe a week ago, I want to say. And so this is my very first round of seeds. And this year I decided to start my peppers earlier than normal. So these are sweet peppers. We have ancho, Anaheim peppers that are starting to pop up. The pepperoncinis are not popping up yet. And then these are jalapenos. I have a lot of brassicas that I start. So this is cauliflower, broccoli, mammoth red rock cabbage. This is golden acre cabbage. And you'll notice that what I'm planting them in is actually just a 10-20 tray with no holes in it because I'm using the soil blocking method. Let's see if I can get a better shot of this, because really inside here is a block. Each one of these can pull apart very easily. All right, I did put something, you can put whatever works. This isn't the best plan, but this is what I have. Just to keep them up high enough so they're not stretching too much to get to the light, which they did stretch more than what I like, but that's about as tall as I could get them for now, unless I figure something else out. These ones are not germinating as well as I'd like. They look a little leggy to me. More kale. This is kale. Those look pretty good. This is the blue dwarf scotch. Blue scotch dwarf. Something like that. These look pretty good. They're a little leggy also, but I think they'll be okay if my camera doesn't want to focus on them, if I transplant them. I have the cooler temperature seeds down here, like lettuce, onions. The peppers I put up on top, they need it a little bit more warm. And I will say with this cabinet closed, the temperature is getting up to 80, which is really perfect for your tomatoes and peppers. The lettuce down here, it's a little bit cooler, which is fine. They're doing good. And I have started some onions. We'll see how that goes. Never really been super successful with it, but I keep trying. And these haven't popped up yet. That's more peppers. But in the back there is tomatoes. Actually, these are called Oregon spring tomatoes, and they're very short days to maturity. So I'm going to try some of these in the greenhouse for an early crop. See how it goes. But I just wanted to show you what this looks like, because you can make something like this custom to your needs, but it's very simple. If you have a box, put some shelves in there, put some ways to hang your lights, figure out a way to get the trays close enough to the lights so your seedlings don't stretch so much. And then, yeah, you gotta have a way to keep it closed. I know there's a lot of setups that don't have this door closure, but man, if you have cats, you gotta have it closed because they're gonna mess up everything otherwise. I really admire plants. I love how they grow and what they do and the way they emerge from seedlings and just reach up to the sun. Of course, they're amazing in that they ultimately are providing something for our species to continue. We eat plants and need their nutrients. Okay, so here's our peppers, and they are needing to be thinned. So I generally will put a few pepper seeds in one hole, and then I will come in later with my scissors and then just go ahead and trim it down to the healthiest looking start. And the reason why you want to do this is because sometimes they don't germinate, and so you want to make sure you get enough going in there. And then you use the scissors because you don't want to lift the roots up and disturb the soil in here, and it would disturb the other plant. You know, if I take this and just lift it up, it's going to pull up that soil with it. So the better way to do it is just to come in with your scissors and snip it off like that. That is what I am doing next with these peppers. We finally have got some sparse germination happening with the pepperoncinis. They were a little slow to get going. And then this is the jalapeno, which they have stretched a little bit, unfortunately, but I think they'll be okay. And I'm going to come in with the scissors and thin those back as well. If you come down here, we have started moving things outside to get them acclimated to the sunlight. These ones are looking really good, and they're not really tall, and they look pretty stout, so I'm going to leave them the way they are. This is the scarlet kale. I didn't get very good germination coming up with that, and they're a little slower than the rest of them. But the onions look pretty good. So far, so good on the onions. Here we are outside. I have taken the plants out for the first time and exposed them to natural light. This is something that you're going to want to do gradually with your seedlings after they have started to grow their true leaf sets. They can really only handle a little bit of sun exposure at a time as they are strengthening themselves with the wind and the light and the exposure of the elements. So one of the ways you can do that is to put them in an area where they're going to get some shade, some on and off spotty sun coming in there. Or you can bring them out at the end of the day for just a few hours and then put them back in their cabinet at night so that they don't freeze. Here they are back inside, and they've had a little bit more time to grow. So this can happen. The wind kind of blew and knocks them over a little bit. They fall over. These guys didn't do it. They're still kind of short and stout. But that's okay. They will straighten themselves up again and stand upright. It's not ideal, and honestly, if it wasn't still snowing outside, I probably have brought these to the greenhouse at this time and started maybe transplanting some of these into a little bit bigger pot just to hold them off a little bit longer. The season so far is starting off being a bit slow to get going, honestly. Like I said, we still have snow out there, and it's the end of the first week of March currently, so I think we're just a little bit behind, and that's okay. These plants will hang out and wait in the cabinet until the right time. Here you can see what they currently look like as of March 7th today. As you can see, they've put on a lot more growth, and the ones that were getting floppy and falling over, well, I'll show you those in a second, but here's the lettuce, nice and full. Those are really the perfect size to plant. Onions are looking really good. I think I'm supposed to cut the tops off. I'm gonna have to look that up. And those tomatoes are looking awesome back there. Some more peppers coming up too. Yeah, these ones probably could be brought down from the light. They're getting up there pretty tall now. This is the broccoli, and yeah, they're flopping over. Some of them are not as strong as the others. You'll see a little closer view here. This is the red Russian kale. And yeah, the little tall parts, they just fall over. And then that part right there, if I transplant it, I would plant it right up to that top spot there. And this tray is looking a little tangled. These guys are definitely flopping all over the place. But I feel like they'll be fine. They'll be just fine. This is the cauliflower. They're finally starting to take off. You can see they're kind of tough. That's what you're looking for. After bringing them out a few times, you'll notice they'll stiffen up. That little plant right there, I'm going to pull it. It's not as healthy as the rest of them. It's kind of a weak one. Yeah, it's more cabbage. The Green Acre cabbage looks really good. I'm very happy with that strain. And this is the Mammoth Red Rock cabbage, which is also a good one. Yeah, some of those little weak ones, just pluck them out of there and don't bother. Don't bother. It's hard, I know. I want to save every little plant, but it's not always the best use of your time. Peppers are looking good. Those pepperoncinis are finally getting going. That's good to see. All ready, and these peppers will hang out in this cabinet for quite some time. They will not come outside till it is past freezing temperatures before I bring them over to the greenhouse. Even they're really sensitive, I noticed. They don't like to be moved around a lot. Oh well, there you go. It's still snowing outside, and it's still snowing currently, and I think we're supposed to get some rain soon, and so hopefully that will help wash it all away and we'll get to planting really quickly. So there you have it, folks. That is my seed germination cabinet. I hope you enjoyed watching this quick little video. I will be updating you throughout the season as to what I'm up to. I wish you all the best with your planting endeavors this year. Please do plant seeds, take good care of yourselves, and be happy out there in the sunshine coming soon.